For Thursday, the 24th of July, 2025. It's called Going Through Difficult Times. I'm going to get right on with it because I have a busy schedule, but this is an important part of my day. So I'm going to be late for the other appointment, but they already know that because this, to me, is important. It's important for the messages I get out, but it's also important to me personally. So it's important to me, and I think it's important to you. I didn't write this, but I do gain from it an awful lot. So here we go. We'll get right into it. It's called, it is called Going Through Difficult Times. First quote is from the former late Prime Minister of Israel, a long time ago, Golda Meir. Those who don't know how to weep with their whole hearts can't laugh either. Those who don't know how to weep with their whole hearts can't laugh either. Golda Meir. And Ernest Holmes says, learn to see through sickness into health, to see through poverty into success and abundance, to believe in the all-sustaining good. Learn to trust in God and be at peace. And that's from This Thing Called You on page 28, Ernest Holmes. And this is Reverend Ron Fox. We all face tough and challenging times. Real peace comes from within as we deal with each of them. Research shows that most people are more resilient than we think. Most people have an astonishing capacity for emotional healing. They go through a dark period, but find their way through it. When life hurts, let it hurt for a while, but trust that you will get through it. Rabbi Harold Kushner tells of a 16-year-old girl who had juvenile diabetes. She was quite depressed. He told her, life is unfair. You don't deserve this, but don't let this one thing define you. 30 years later, she was a wife, a mother, a real estate agent, and a community leader. Ernest Holmes wrote, if you experience some condition that makes you unhappy, you must know that there is nothing in you that attracts this condition, nothing in you that holds it in place, nothing in you that believes it must be this way. He's talking about at your essence. He's saying at your very essence, there's nothing that's attracting all these things. Yes, we've talked about how our thoughts and feelings attract things, but he's not talking about that here. What he's talking about is at your very essence, there is only good. And then Reverend Ron Fox quotes from Stephen Colbert. He says, several years ago, Stephen Colbert sat down with Anderson Cooper to discuss grief. I'm sure you've heard of both of them, right? If you watch TV at all, you've seen them. They discussed topics like whether we can learn to love the things we most wish had never happened, and whether we can really become grateful for grief. Colbert believes we can. He told Cooper, what do you get in loss? You get an awareness of other people's loss, which allows you to connect with that other person, which allows you to love more deeply and to understand what it's like to be a human being, if it's true that all human beings suffer. So really what it boils down to is this. When things happen, what matters is our response to those things. I don't think there's anybody on the planet who's lived through life and never experienced some things that in some way, shape, or form cause grief. Yeah, theoretically it's possible, but I don't think there's anybody, and I certainly don't know of anybody who hasn't experienced grief in some shape or form. But the bottom line is, when we build once again that strong foundation, we can overcome it. We can get through it. And Ernest Holmes and others are telling us that we can look beyond it, that we don't deny it, but we can look beyond it. And we can make affirmations that support our getting through and beyond it. And the affirmations that we get today are, I know when difficult times appear in my life, I'm not alone. I know that when difficult times appear in my life, I'm not alone. Spirit is always with me. Spirit's always with me. I know my faith will see me through this. I know my faith will see me through this. So the message is really clear. All of us, in some way, shape, or form, are going to go through periods in life that we wish we had never gone through. Suffering the loss of loved ones, for instance, suffering the loss of animals. I still miss some of our animals who passed through this way. But I've got beyond it. And I'm sure each and every one of you are the same. So make your affirmations. These affirmations are pretty good. I know when difficult times appear in my life, I'm not alone. And by the way, you never are alone. I mean, in the literal sense that you are connected to something greater than yourself, but you're also a part of this community. And if you need prayer, reach out for prayer. And you know who the worst people are about not reaching out for prayer? The people who preach reaching out for prayer. Ministers, practitioners, priests, and so on are often the worst ones about reaching out when they need help. Counselors are often the worst ones. So whatever your job is, if you're going through a difficult period and you need prayer support, you just need somebody to talk to, that is why we are here. And my contact information is there. And if I can't help you, I guarantee I will find someone who truly can. And I know this to be the truth. And in gratitude for this, I release my word into a divine law that always, always says yes. And so it is.